All right, CJ101 students, as promised, I'm sending you a video that will walk through the Canvas course shell. This is especially for students that maybe have never taken an online Canvas course, or for students who maybe have taken a Canvas course, but it maybe wasn't very interesting, or it wasn't well organized. Let me put it that way. I have a pretty standard way that I organize things. So we're going to get right to that. I'm going to show you now a screen share, and you will see the Canvas course shell, if I have it right. Let's see here. Nope, wrong one. There we go. All right, so now we are sharing what you typically see when you are logging in to Canvas. I'm making the assumption that you know how to click through My Laker link and that you've been able to land onto what we call the dashboard. And I'm also going to change to student view as soon as I get into the course. So you may see something slightly different than what you see here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on our current course. This, of course, is faculty view. So I'm going to switch to student view. So we're modeling just what you would be seeing when you log into the course. And here we are. This is the landing page. We have, of course, our major links right here on the left are going to be the most, I want to say, useful for you. If you get over here, sometimes you're going to get a little message saying, hey, you don't have access to that, or what have you. So we'll focus on these. Homepage has kind of a unique feature in that you can slip right down here and click right on week 1, week 2, week 3. Let's go ahead and do that, see what happens, and give it a time to think. And there it is. It takes you right to week 1. And I've titled this week 1, chapter 1. Also, everything is designed in Canvas so that you can, there's more than one way to find stuff. So we're going to show you how to do that as well. So looking at week 1, chapter 1, you've got your learning guide, PowerPoints, you've got your week 1 introduction that I referred to in the last video, and you've got your week 1 reading discussion, which I also referred to in the first video message. These are your assignments. We call them weekly activities, but they are assignments, and they kind of help you know that it's a discussion assignment. You can see the little icon here of 2 little dialog boxes. Just like information is called a page, and that's where we find our weekly learning guides. As I click on this, I'm just going to talk you through it, that each week you'll see a pattern where I provide a learning guide in a PDF form, and I provide the PowerPoints in a PDF form. So each week, I want you to go ahead and open those up. And by the way, those are open ahead of time. You do not have to wait for, say, week 4, 5, 6. You can go to the weekly learning guide. That's what I always say to students is, please start out the week by opening up the learning guide so you can take a look at, here's the learning activity. In this case, it's 2 discussions. We talk about the purpose, and that's to understand and explain the various elements of criminology. Learning objectives. I give a brief overview of the actual chapter reading. We still want you to read the chapter because there's really an overview does not replace the need for you to read the chapter, but I do provide about 3 or 4 paragraph summary of what the chapter topic is. And then we have a copy of the assignment right here, the discussion prompt, we call this. And you'll see discussion 1 and then discussion 2. This section right here, I will provide that for you in both the learning guide as well as your discussion assignment. You'll always see this. It's my gentle reminder to follow these instructions. And you'll see that it says, in order to receive full credit, please make your initial post by Wednesday evening. Then follow up your original post with responses to 2 of your classmates. You can do more than 2, by the way. And make sure that that's due then by the end of the week. Now, it says Saturday night here. I'll go in and edit this eventually, but it's really not due until Sunday night, just FYI. Your initial post length should be 250 to 300 words, and it should demonstrate good scholarship. What do we mean by that? That means you're going to learn to reference your sources or a supporting document, either from the text or your own web research, to show that you've based your opinion on some factual material of some sort. Discussion boards are not just opinion boards. They're actually intended to be scholarly, so that we can see that you actually read your assignment and that you're basing opinions on actual substance, meaning something that's been validated out in the public sphere, okay? In other words, did a researcher talk about this? The author of the textbook is considered an authoritative source, okay? So get in the habit of always making at least a casual reference to your textbook, such as Siegel says on page 12, then continue your point. Remember, paraphrasing is fine, but you still need to say Siegel or Smith or whatever source you're citing. Make like the Criminology Journal of Criminologists says, and there's all kinds of ways to do it. There's no real, I want to say, hard, fast way where we say you must cite a source this way. There are certainly standards and examples. Some of you that have already taken college courses might be familiar with the APA style. That's the one that I recommend. But I have lots of students that use the MLA writing style. That's like modern language arts style, or I'm not saying that perfectly, but that's pretty much the gist of it. And these are recommended or recognized ways of citing sources when you do a paper, an essay, etc. We'll talk more about that when we get closer to week 3. So enough on discussions. We're going to pop back up. We'll close this and we'll go back to the home page, and notice that we have week 1 through 11. 11 is actually test week. We only have 10 weeks in a term, and then our 11th week is test week. These essentially are the same modules as if you were to click over here on the module page and just pull your bar down and scroll down the page. Okay, so again, you can get to your modules either by clicking on the left and use modules and scroll down, or you can always access your modules by just going to the home page and clicking on, say, week 6, and it's the same thing. It pops you right up to week 6, okay? So that's how we navigate around. Now, there's a grade link here. I'll click on that. It's going to not really show anything that I've done, because this is having me actually appear as a student. In my grade book, there's actually a student, and his name is Test Student. That's actually me. So if I had completed my week 1 introduction and I received a grade from it, it would appear right over here. So you can click on grades, and by the end of the week, some of you will see that I will put in grades for you. And so your first 2 assignments are right here. They're going to pop up. It's really important that you do work this week. I'm going to pause and say again, during week 1, if you haven't heard already from other professors, if you're in an online course, you must participate during week 1. If you don't participate during week 1, the college is obligated to do what we call an administrative withdrawal. So I'm going to say a word about that again before we wrap up, and we are about ready to wrap up. We do have an email tab here on the left, access denied. Remember, I said that that's probably not going to be accessible for many of you students. I think there's another way that you can go in, and we'll get to that real quick. Hopefully it will let you. There we go. Hang on a second. I had to leave student view. We'll go back to dashboard and back into the class. So highly probable that the parts that are viewable to you as a student is really going to be just in this section right here. I would stay off of these for at least for this demo. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the share, and I'm going to give you just a few more reminders as we wrap up, because we've been going here for several minutes. The college must see that you participate during the first week. And that's a financial aid rule that's actually put into code by the U.S. Department of Education. They want to see the students that are taking online courses are engaging and not just signing up for a course, getting a refund, and then withdrawing from school, which then makes the school claw back the money and all this kind of stuff. So it's the Department of Education's goal that if they give you Pell money or any type of federal financial aid, that in fact you are using it to go to school. You're not signing up and then exiting and saying, thanks for the refund check. So just know that that's why the college is pretty strict about all students must show participation during the first week. So what that's going to look like is you're going to get online and you're going to do your introductions, and you're also going to do your reading one discussion board. Make sure you do both activities for it to count as what we call reasonable and substantive engagement. All right. Sorry for the lengthy, perhaps rambling overview, but I hope it's of help to you. Let me know if it is of help to you. Send me a quick message saying, hey, that worked for me. Or if you have further questions, absolutely, same email. I always like to help my students to get settled in during weeks 1, 2, and 3 especially. Those are critical weeks, and we want to make sure you're successful this term. Thank you once again, and we'll see you on the emails.